If you're a streamer and you're hitting that go live button and you feel like you're shouting into the void, like your stream is a secret that nobody knows about, you're putting in the hours, but no one's finding you. Today, we're diving deep into the biggest problem that new streamers face, which is discoverability. You're invisible, like a ghost, like that one, or that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. We got a lot of ghosts. So we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna break down why you're lost in the Twitch shuffle and give you actionable steps to be seen. And stick around because I've got a tip towards the end of the video that'll drastically change the way you approach your content, making it way more discoverable. And speaking of being discoverable, most of you already know that you should be posting on platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, which is what I've been doing to get hundreds of thousands of views on my content. Unfortunately, I'm really lazy and I don't want to waste hours changing my streams into clippable content. But luckily, that's where today's sponsor, Nexus Clips, comes into play. All you do is sign in Nexus Clips, link your YouTube or Twitch account, then you do your stream, then you'll get an email when your clips are all ready, and it'll give you so many different clips to use and tell you why they think they'll be good clips. So you'll simply click on a clip, you can trim it, you can change the layout, you can change the captions, and once it's all nice looking pretty, then you can either download it and upload it yourself, or you can connect your TikTok or YouTube and upload it from there. And doing this consistently will get us more and more eyes on our content, because at the end of the day, content creation is all about consistency. So if you want to take your stream to the next level, then use my discount code down below. But let's go back to the video. Let's be real. Twitch is like a massive ocean, and you're just a tiny little fish. You're not just competing with other streamers, you're competing with the sheer volume of content. And if you're solely relying on the Twitch browse page, you're basically waiting for a miracle. You got to think about it. How often do you actually scroll past the top 10 streams in a browse category? Probably never, though I know there's always a couple people in the comments that are like, well, actually, I scroll all the way to the bottom. We're talking about the grand majority, not you, Garfield69. The truth is, most new streamers are completely invisible. They're playing the same game as everyone else, using generic titles, and not leveraging other platforms. They're basically hoping someone just stumbles upon them, which is like hoping to win the lottery without actually buying a ticket. We need to be proactive, like that acne medicine back in the late 2000s. We need to make ourselves more discoverable. First, let's talk niche. Are you trying to appeal to everyone? That's likely your first mistake. You need to consider niching down. You can find a specific audience within a larger game or genre. For example, instead of just streaming Fortnite, you could try niching down into Fortnite creative map building, or even Fortnite no-build strategy. You could even group together games, like instead of just focusing on Fortnite, you could focus on Battle Royale. But while you're still within that general pillar, you still need to figure out how to separate yourself away from the other content creators that are in the space. And that's really where your creativity comes into play. This not only makes you stand out, but also makes it way easier for people to find you. When you target a specific audience, you're speaking directly to their interests. For example, back in the day, I used to love Halo 3 custom games, especially those parkour ones where you jump around. So if I saw a Halo streamer that specifically had parkour in their title, I would be way more incentivized to click on that person's stream versus all the other Halo streamers. Because when you speak directly to their interests, they're gonna be way more likely to choose your stream over all of the others. The next thing we're gonna do is optimize your Twitch profile. This means using relevant keywords, tags, and titles on your actual profile. You gotta think about what people are actually looking for. If you're playing a specific game mode, make sure to include that in your title. Like earlier, we had mentioned Fortnite no build or Fortnite created maps, or even doing Halo parkour maps. Because the more specific you are, the easier it's going to be for people to find you. And don't forget the panels or bio. Use them to highlight what your niche is and what makes you unique. For example, you could have some of your favorite maps in your panels, or some of the maps that you beat doing Halo parkour in your panels as well, which ultimately adds more background to that specific interest to draw in more people that are also interested in that as well. Another thing that you have to remember is that Twitch is not an island. You need to leverage other platforms to drive people over to your stream. This means YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram Reels, Discord, basically everything. You can create short form content that highlights your streams, like using a tool like Nexus Clips, which we'd mentioned earlier in the video, because that helps show off your personality, your skills, and your niche. And remember to use relevant keywords and hashtags on your actual short form content to help people find that specific thing in your niche, as well as engaging with other creators that like to do the same thing and building a community on Discord, because the more places that you're visible, the more likely it is that people are going to find your Twitch stream. Because cross promotion is your best friend, because we all know how undiscoverable Twitch is naturally, which hopefully they'll do something about in the future. I don't know what they do to fix it, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Another thing to know is that collaboration and networking is also key. Find other streamers in your niche and collaborate with them. This could be anything from playing games together, to doing co-streams, to doing shoutouts. When you collaborate, you're tapping into their audience and they're tapping into yours. It's a great way to get your name out there and get new viewers, but make sure it's a genuine collaboration. Don't just spam other creators with requests. You actually have to build a relationship. Another thing to focus on is consistency. Consistency isn't just about showing up. It's about creating content that's discoverable. This means creating content that people are searching for. Think about what questions your audience are asking. What problems are they trying to solve? Create content that answers those questions and solves those problems. For example, if you're a Fortnite streamer and you're niching down into the no build section, you could create content on the best strategies for no build, the best weapons to use in no build, and doing the research to see what people are actively looking for, which can be found just by looking into the YouTube search bar. It's actually really easy. Just go into the YouTube search bar, type in what you want to type in. So for instance, we'll type in Fortnite no build, and then you can see the top searches that people are searching for are tips, gameplay, rank, tournament, controller settings, reload, OG. So we can get even more specific by going tips. Then we have tips and tricks, tips OG, tips for beginners, tips for PS5 players, ranked tips, duos tips, Fortnite no build movement tips. We got a bunch of that stuff. So you can really get creative with it. Let's just go with no build tips. We'll do ranked tips. And then you can kind of see what videos are trending and what videos are actually getting success. You can also see the amount of subscribers and the actual like YouTuber to see like how many subscribers they have. Like this person doesn't have that many compared to everyone else. So this video idea is a good idea. And we're able to see this by using vidIQ, which is just a plugin that you can use. It's both free and paid. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. As you can see here, it shows a bunch of analytics and stuff. The free version does have some limited analytics, so you can check it out for free. I use the paid version. I think it's totally worth it, but you'll get all of this extra data, which will help you make more educated decisions when you're researching what videos you want to do and what streams you want to do as well. So I'll leave that link down below. Just figured I'd mention it. You can also use relevant keywords in your titles and descriptions and create thumbnails that are eye-catching and informative. The more effort that you put into your content, the more likely it is to be discovered. So stop taking those clips directly off of Twitch without any editing and posting them everywhere, because it's not going to get you any results. Another thing to focus on is creating content pillars. These are overarching themes or series that you can focus on. For example, you can make a series on how to master X, which would be how to master Fortnite no build, and then create a series of videos based off of that, because it accomplishes two things. First, it gives you a consistent content schedule, and second, it makes your content more searchable and bingeable, because people who are searching how to master X game or how to master Fortnite no build in this instance are way more likely to find your series of videos. This also creates a loop where viewers will find you on search, enjoy your content, and then eventually come to your live streams. This truly is one of the most ultimate discovery hacks, because discoverability is key to growth on Twitch. You simply just can't rely on luck. Niche down, optimize your profile, leverage on other platforms, collaborate with other streamers, create consistent content, build content pillars. You got this. And if all that sounds so overwhelming to you and you want help from someone who's been doing this for over 7 years, I've got a free streamers masterclass, which is linked in the description down below, so you can feel free to give that a watch. Otherwise, watch this playlist to the side of me. It's going to teach you how to grow your stream. My name's Cody, and I'll see you in the next one.